Hi guys, it's Lauren J. Welcome back, or welcome if you're new. I like to do get ready with me style videos using products that are new to me, or just need a little bit more love in my collection. And today I'm going to be using some new products and I'm pretty excited about that. So if you want to see the look that comes out in the products that I use, just keep watching. Okay, so today I have already done all the preliminaries because I just want to get right into the main product today, and that is the Chanel Le Carton 68 Délices from the Pastel de Chanel, something along those lines. I don't have the marketing in front of me, so cannot tell you. But anyway, it is the pastel quad from Chanel for spring 2023, or the Le Blanc collection. And this is the color story. Let me take these out and show you. I have already used this. I got it in the mail a few days ago and I've used it a couple of times. And so it's not perfect, but I'm sure you've seen swatches, videos. This thing has been out for a couple of months in other countries and it is absolutely stunning. I was so on the fence about this. I have not bought a Chanel quad in almost 15 years. I think maybe 2010 or 2011, which I realize it's like 12 or 13, but almost 15 years I have not bought a Chanel quad. It was back when they were still doing the square pans before they changed the formula like twice since then. So this is kind of new to me. This is a $70 quad, so it is $5 up from what they're normally charging. It's also $5 up from what they were charging for the holiday quad. So yeah, it just keeps going up and up. And I remember when these were, I think the last time I bought these they were $52, so it's just going up exponentially, which, you know, is fine. I'm older, I'm making more money now, so whatever, but it still feels really odd to pay $70 for an eyeshadow quad. But oddly I'm getting used to it now, which I don't know is a good thing. Okay, so just to let you know, I have already done skincare, sunscreen. I have done my eyelids. I have primed with the Laura Mercier Caviar Eye Stick in Vanilla Kiss. I don't think I've done anything to my brows today. I'll do those in a minute. But yeah, I'm just gonna go right into this because I've done a couple of looks with this and I really like it. And I have some thoughts on the shades. Like, again, I've only used it twice, so I'm still exploring the possibilities. But I have some thoughts about some of these shades in here, and they're a little bit different from the reviews that I've been seeing. So let's get into it. So again, there are 4 shades. This is described, they don't really have names, but they do on the back have, they say medium, medium, dark, and light. So medium on the top, and then dark and light. That's what they say. So I am going to go into the quote-unquote dark shade here, which is, it's not really a brown and it's not really a purple. And I've heard other people describe it as red, and I don't think it's that either. It's just a really nice sort of, I don't know, mauvey taupey crease shade. It's just, and I'm using the little brush from the Chanel quad. Back when I was still buying these on the regular, these didn't come with little brushes. They just came with 2 of the little sponge sets, the double-ended sponge sets. And I use this as a crease shade, and on my eyes, I really do like it because it just looks like a really neutral mauvey shade. It's not red, it's not orangey, it's just kind of just really neutral and really it does deepen on my skin tone. It is a nice deepening shade, and it is a satin, and I don't really mind that. I think some people think, oh, you have to have a matte in the crease. I don't find that's true for me because I do have hooded eyes, so any kind of illumination I can get that doesn't make my eyes look dry or accentuate texture works for me. So Yeah, and I find that this little applicator is really nice, just gets in there and applies, and you can see I'm not working too hard at this. And it's just a nice deep crease shade for me. It's got a little bit of that purple, a little bit of that pink. And it's just going to kind of work with all the colors in here. And then we're going to go into this lavender shade at the top, and I really, really like this. Now, it looks like it's going to be really sort of super satiny, but I find that it's a lot more matte on my eyes, and I just put it out here just to do on the outer V and towards the middle. But it's just this really beautiful lilac shade. And again, I'm just using the applicator that comes with the quad. And there's nothing really special about these, but they do work. And they do just kind of apply this color really beautifully. And I think it goes really beautifully with the crease shade. And I do like that it does have impact, like you can see it. It's not just this sort of light, barely there lavender shade. It's actually there. And I think that's because it is a little bit more matte and less satiny. But it does have enough of a shine to give you some illumination. And as you can see, it does have enough pigmentation to almost cover up some of that crease shade. So I'm going to go in again with a little bit more and blend that out. But yes, these shades that I've used so far have really surprised me with their pigmentation and the ease of use with a beautiful, like, colorful shade like this. Now, so because there is a bit of a contrast between my skin color and this crease shade, I'm going to go in with the pink shade here. Again, this is more of a flatter, less satiny shade, and it's so light that I just put it up here. I find that this is the one shade in the palette that I'm kind of just iffy on. It doesn't really, if pink is your thing, I mean, maybe it would take the place of the lavender for you, but pink is not my thing, and this is just a really light pastel-y pink, and I just use it to blend out the crease shade so there isn't such a harsh transition, and I find that it does not deepen my skin too much or add too much pigment. But you can see it does blend really nicely with that deeper shade, so the colors all go together. They don't get muddy. You can mix them. You don't have to do like color blocking or anything. But yeah, I would say this is the one shade in the palette, which again, I'm just not a pink person, but I mean, it looks beautiful in the palette, but I could have used something else. And I'll get into that in just a minute, but we're gonna go into this beautiful yellow shade here. This is a beautiful pastel yellow shade with a bit of sparkle to it. Definitely more sparkly than any of the other shades in here. Definitely a shimmer. And I'm gonna put that on the inner part of the lid, moving towards the middle. And I'm gonna do it on the inner corner also. And I just love the light that gives and the pigment that it gives. So it just gives this really beautiful inner corner glow. It is more sparkly than the other ones, but it does not have any big particles of shimmer in it or mica or whatever it is. So it's there and it's shimmery, but it's not sparkly. So this is the look that you get when you use all 4 shades, at least the way I use them. And I really do like it. However, just gonna add a little bit more here and under the eye. However, I want a little bit more color. So, because you all know I love my blues, so I'm gonna go into my Viseart palette, and I am going to take, this is the color C from the Soleil La Plage palette. This is a summer palette, one of their 1 ounce size, their midi size palettes that came out a couple of years ago for summer, and it has the sort of Mediterranean boat packaging on it, and this is the color, and I am going to put that on the center of the lid. And I think that that adds something so special to this color story. And this Viseart shade is really going to pop because it does have those larger mica particles in it. It looks very smooth on my finger, but as you go through the day and if you see it in the sunlight, it's going to have those larger particles in it, and it just makes a beautiful contrast. And I think that for the pastel look, where you're going, where you kind of have these more like blocks of color, you have your purple, you have your yellow, you have your kind of pinky crease shade or lid, you know, upper brow shade, and then you have this pop of blue, pop of bright blue. This shade is so special. I know this is supposed to be about the Chanel quad, but here's what I would say. I would say this is a beautiful spring quad. It is so unique for anything I've ever seen from Chanel. It is, however, very Chanel. It is very toned down. Like I said, this beautiful yellow shade, beautiful, but it doesn't have a ton of like sparkle in it, which the Chanel customer maybe doesn't want. However, I'm also a Chanel customer and I sometimes kind of want that. So I think they could have gotten rid of this pink, put in a beautiful blue topper in there. Perfect quad for me. Look, for me. However, I think the quad looks beautiful for me, for my purposes, for the kind of look that I like to do. I just want that pop of topper. I want that pop of blue. I want that something, and I have that, so I'm going to use it. So I think this is beautiful. I am not upset that I bought it. Like I said, first quad I bought from Chanel in about 15 years, and I'm super impressed with the formula. However, the color story is just lacking one thing, like one thing. So, and surprisingly to me, a lot of people don't enjoy this shade. For me, this shade is fine. For me, it's this pink shade that just does nothing for me. So yeah, those are my thoughts on that. So let's add some liner and let's do my brows, and I will be right back. Okay, so I have gone and done brows. I've done liner. I also did my base Mercier Tinted Moisturizer in Cameo and a bit of the Danessa Myricks Blurring Balm Powder just to touch up some of the red spots. And now we're going to go in with eyelashes, and we're going to use the Diorshow Overcurl, Diorshow Iconic Overcurl in 664 Bricque, which I think looks really nice with this kind of like pastel-y look. Then I'm going to do a little bit of face shaping, adding a little bit of color back in with my Physicians Formula Butter Donut Bronzer. Okay, so with the face bronzed up, I am going to go into the Fantaisie de Chanel Illuminating Blush. I've been using this almost every day since I got it, and I use the Sigma High Cheek Highlighter, the F03 high cheekbone highlighter, and I use that. And I just take it all the way up. And I think that just gives a really nice shape to the face. It might be a little too much pink blush highlighter for you, but I paid $80 for this, so I'm going in. Gonna spray my face with the Dewy Set from ABH. Okay, then to finish up, I'm gonna go in with the Rouge Coco Balm. This is also from the Pastel Spring Blanc collection, and this is $9.30 in Sweet Treat. It is the deeper one. And I like the color of this. I was not ready to love these balms. Again, they're just a balm. But this is just a really pretty color for my lips. It just deepens them up to a nice pigmented color, and it feels really nice. It's not super glossy, which I kind of don't expect from it, but because it's not like a shine lipstick, it's a balm. So, but it's just, it has just the right amount of like pinky neutral color for me, and it just feels really nice going on. It does dry down and feel, it doesn't feel drying, but I can understand why people would say that. It is something you definitely have to reapply. I don't find that it dries out my lips, although I can understand the dry down does kind of like shrink your lips a little bit, but I don't think it's supposed to be like a maximizing glossy lip. It's supposed to just give you some hydration. I just really like this color, and I'm really enjoying this. So again, I don't know that I've ever bought a balm. I've bought tons of the different types of lipsticks from long ago, but never this formula, and I am pleasantly surprised at how much I like this and the color. If it was just like a clear balm, I'd just be like, why am I spending $45 on this? I could get a balm from my dentist that cost me nothing and it works just as well. But this, I mean, again, $45, expensive. But you know, the Dior lip oils are $40, so, and I use those every night before bed, and luxury just keeps going up and up and up. That's, I guess, why it's luxury, because you don't need it. One thing I did want to mention about the 68 Délices quad is when you, it's such a small thing, but I'm just so like, it just like makes me laugh and like makes me smile. When you get the box, so it's comes in like the regular Chanel box and the regular like Chanel packaging, but the box actually, like the Fantaisie de Chanel, which has the pink, the color of it on the sides, this actually has the 4 different colors of the quad on the side. So you've got the pink, you've got the lavender, you've got the yellow, and you've got the deeper like pinky mauvey brown. It just makes me giggle. It's just like, it's so extra and you wouldn't really notice it. It's just like one of those things like, now I need to keep this packaging, right? It's so stupid, but like so cute. And then one final thing that I wanted to share with you before I sign off today is that I also made a purchase with the Chanel SA that I purchased from the Wynn in Las Vegas. Her name is Jamie. She's awesome. But I picked up a pair of sunglasses from the new collection. Again, I have not bought a pair of sunglasses from Chanel. I originally bought a pair about 15-20 years ago. I had them for about a year. I loved them, and then I broke them, and it was my fault, and I was devastated because they cost a lot of money. And I still have them over there in a box, and I want to cry every time I think about it because they're so beautiful. The frames are so beautiful and they're broken and I can't fix them. So I was very hesitant, but she showed them to me and she showed me pictures and they look so cute. And she showed me like so many models and I was like, no, those ones right there. Those are the ones I want. So these are the ones that I picked up from the new collection. They are the butterfly sunglasses, black, classic black, and they have the Chanel logo in a matte black with some black studs around it. So it's blingy but also subtle in that way that Chanel does things, and I love them so much. I'm sure there's fingerprints all over them, whatever. I have a little, they come with the little like cleaning cloth and with their little pouch, and I love them so much. They make me feel so extra, so confident. I don't know why. I wear these and I feel like everyone has to move out of my way when I walk down the street. So bougie. Oh well. Okay guys, so those are the products that I tried on my face. Hope you enjoyed seeing my thoughts on the Chanel Spring Le Blanc collection, Pastel de Chanel or Délices Pastel de Chanel, whatever it is, I don't remember. So many names for so many products. But I am really pleased with the eyeshadow. I am so pleased with the blush, and I am happily delighted with the lip balm. So I don't think I'm going to get anything else from this collection. I know the lilac highlighter is really popular, also sold out. I'm not really interested in that. I have the Westman Atelier in Brulee that it's not lavender, but it is that kind of stick highlighter, and I'm just going to concentrate on using that. But anyway, I am so excited to incorporate new products into my routine. And again, I have used products that I've been using, the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer, the Danessa Myricks, my brow, I'm using a drugstore bronzer. So, and the limited edition things that I bought that are certainly not going to waste. So I'm really happy with the purchases that I'm making right now, which I think is really important, to be happy. And it's hard to be discerning sometimes when you just want to shop and just buy things, but when you do take a little bit of time to think about the things that you need and how they're going to fit in your collection instead of just buying and hoping that they do, it really just does make all the difference. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed seeing this look, and I hope you enjoyed hearing my thoughts, and thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Any of those would be welcome, and all of them would be so appreciated. And I will see you in the next one, guys. Bye.